Welcome to the Tech Basement. Today, we're going to take a look at the Lee SSUPD Meshroom S. Say that 5 times really quick. To be upfront with you guys, the box has already been opened. I've been having problems with the video editing, so on and so forth, exposure, things like that. So let's just open this box and see what's in here and go from there. By the way, this is very light. I can't believe how light this is, and I'm very pleased with that. So let's go on to a couple things before we do dump this out. Sorry, I've had a bit of coffee. First of all, this is the Meshroom S version 1, not the version 2. What we have here is the 14.9 liters. I believe the version 2 is 15 plus a couple points more liters. I'm not sure where that is going, if it's front to back, side to side, combination, whatever. But I have the version 1 and that's what we're gonna look at. Of course, it's mini ITX format. Let's see the USBs, which are up top. There's one USB-C that is a 3.2 Gen 2. And then there are 2 USB type A's. It is a 3.2 Gen 1. So just be aware of that. Let's see the power switch. It is on the rear. It's just a small button. So we'll be aware of that. There's no reset or anything like that. Also, it comes with a 90-degree HDMI cable, 2 meters, 6 feet. And it comes with the PCIe riser. I got the 4.0. And it says there's a manual, which I am very happy about because you don't see paper manuals a lot anymore. So let's open this up. Let's see exactly what we're getting and talk about it a little bit maybe. First of all, as most cases, things like that, it's packed very well, the way I see it at least. And I did this all backwards, of course. Okay, that was loud. I apologize. A little more loudness, and then we are done. Okay, when I was looking into this particular case, I was finding some really negative reviews, and I have not seen what I've heard so far. And one of the things was quality control. I mean, scratches, stuff like that. I'm not seeing that here at all. The other thing was square. As far as I can tell, it's very square. Hasn't been taken out of square in any way, shape, or form. Here's the knife I used before. As you can see, not sure if I'm going to be able to zoom in very well in that with the editing, but as you can see right here, everything seems pretty square from what I can see. We have the PCIe riser. It is made by Link Up. Never heard of them, but I'm pretty new to PCIe risers though. And it says it is a 4.0. On this side right here is where the GPU and a either 240 or 280 radiator is going to be housed. I believe you might be able to put a 360 in here, but the manual does not say it, so I don't think so. The front is where you're going to be putting it. You're going to have your graphics card either here or here, depending on what kind of configuration you decide to go with. Now, of course, you're going to have your limitations, things like that. Let's move up top here real quick. right up top, we have your USBs that I mentioned before, your C and your A's. Let's take the top off because this is kind of interesting. This is my first real, I want to say mini ITX case, but not really. If you take a look up here at this video, you'll see what I'm using right now and replacing with this. It is the Cooler Master NR200. Do not confuse that with the 200p. They are a little bit different on what you can put in there, things like that. I did not go with that because I want two 280s in my system. Up here, you're gonna be able to fit a 120 15mm fan. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that yet or not because of the way I'm gonna have to run my tubing. Now, in the front, we mentioned that just briefly earlier. Okay. And this is where you're going to put either some fans or another radiator. Now, with the 360 that they want on front, you're going to have an extender that comes out another couple inches. And with that being said, you can buy that at the SSUPD website. Now, I haven't found them. I was considering getting one and I couldn't find them online anywhere but there. So just be aware of that if you decide to get this case. As you can see, we have the box with all the different things you're gonna need in order to modify this case. These come off fairly easily. They didn't right away, but as I keep on using them, they're coming off easier and easier. Okay. Now here's the box. This side, of course, is going to be where your motherboard is going to be housed, as well as your power supply. Power supply is going to be down back here, and you can either put an ATX in there or use the SFF small form factor power supplies. Now, with that being said, you have a bunch of options right up front here to put hard drives, things like that, if you have any spinners or any SSD 2.5s. Also, you are also supposed to be able to fit an ATX board in here. Now, with that being said, I don't remember if that's just the version 2 or this one. I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to. But if you do that, make sure you get the right one, if it even matters. I believe both of them do it, but don't quote me on it. Also, let's see here, the riser, which we discussed, if you go with the ATX, you're gonna have to buy an extended one. Now, with that all out of the way, as you can see, this cable right here, that goes to the button that's right there. Now, here are your USB cables, pretty standard. And let's get into the box and what's in here. Now, I'm very happy with what I saw within the box. Now this, I'm a little perplexed on. I don't know why they gave us an extra PCIe slot filler. Who knows? Right here also. Oh, one more thing. I apologize. Right in here, you can move this over an inch if you need the room here. So with that, you have to take this out. It's screwed in there. So if you really find that you don't need that room and you already removed this, you can put it back in. I like that a lot. Or if your build changes, let's say you need all that room and need to move it over, and then later on you can move it, you don't need that room and you need it over here instead of over here, you can move it around and not have to worry about having that big gap there. Now, back to the box. This kind of threw me off, didn't it? All right. One thing that I mentioned, I believe, was the HDMI cable. 6 foot there, 90 degree, which is really nice because finding 90 degree cables is a royal pain, especially the display port. What I do like about what they have done here, and it's about the little things, manufacturers, take this into consideration. Things like SSD screws, ATX motherboard standoffs. Okay, these are very obvious. Now these, I find a lot of the times the motherboard companies just throw them in a packet and say, there you go, figure it out. All right? But SSUP did not. They labeled them exactly what they are. And this is making me very, very happy. Takes the guesswork out of everything. And then you also have some other brackets for the modding or whatever you want to call it, to move it around to exactly how you want it to fit. Here's another one of those brackets. And then also they give you a good number of zip ties. Looks like 6 of them. And they, I believe, are 7 inches. Let's see. I'd say about 7 inches, right around there. And it comes with this right here, which you need for this, for the motherboard tray, to move it over a little bit further. Now, I mentioned this earlier, which is really nice, and there are a few other things in here. We have a couple more of those clips for the side panels. So there's that. No big deal. You know, those shouldn't wear out if you set this up right and nothing happens with your machine. Okay, getting back to this white stuff in front of us that we call paper, which you don't see much anymore because they want you to download the destructions. Yes, I said destructions. It's my thing. But I'm very happy to see that this comes with a case. I have not seen a case have paper instructions in a very long time. So this makes me happy, SSUPD and Lee. And according to this, it shows an ATX motherboard in here. You probably can't see it, but it also gives different configurations for your water cooling as well, and your SFX power supply and ATX power supply. So it all fits it. Like I said, I'm not sure why the version 2. I did hear, like I was saying before, that the version 1 quality control was a little bad, and maybe that's why they went to version 2 and decided to make it a little bit bigger. I don't know what to tell you the truth. So this is going to replace the NR200 that I showed you the video to go to and see why exactly I'm going this route. Hopefully I will be able to alleviate those issues I was having with the NR200, and this will be a very clean build and something that you and I can look forward to. So with that being said, please subscribe, please hit the like button, and this is Chris saying out.